right, so good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to AvaTrade Live Q&A webinar. My name is Danny. Before we will begin, I would like to make sure that everybody can see the chart and that the sound is working properly. So if you can comment in the question section that the sound is in a proper level for you and that you can see the screen, so we can begin. Very good. All right. Okay. So let's begin. And I hope that, now it appeared very well. Okay, so we're going to begin with a quick explanation how the webinar is going to happen. And we're going to begin with first the common questions that we've gathered from other webinars and from this previous webinars, etc. And then we're going to move on to dynamic questions, which is questions that you guys will bring during the webinar from the audience. On the third part, a little more informative, I'm gonna send you some links through the chat section and to give you the shortcuts to get to certain things. And lastly, if we'll have time, so analysis, this is only if the questions that I will accept will not deal with analysis anyway, and then of course I'd rather explain something else and not the same thing twice, unless of course you'll need. Actually, it's better that you'll put all your questions down. It doesn't matter in which order. If I'm explaining about something and you need something else, so you can put the question down and I will answer it accordingly. You don't have to wait until I get there. And that's it. So this is how the webinar is going to happen. Those are the steps. And before we will begin with the question, I would like to make sure that all of you know that any capital markets and trading information disclosed in this webinar is provided for informative purposes only and should not be constructed or applied as an investment advice, recommendation, or a suggestion. Furthermore, I'm going to check that the webinar is recorded. The webinar will be uploaded to YouTube, to our channel, for you guys to enjoy it anytime. Yeah, so I'll be back in a few seconds and we will begin. Thank you so much. Right, so everything seems in place and we are going to begin, like I said, with the common questions that we've gathered. Let's see what questions we have. Okay, so what commissions we pay with AvaTrade? So we're going to take this question, we're going to paste it in here, and then we can show the answer. So what commissions do we pay with AvaTrade? All right, so there are two kinds of commissions. The first is called swap, which is overnight fee. Okay, this is if I hold a position for more than a day. So that means that I'm paying a certain percentage. Swap is a percentage of the value of the position. In other words, there is a question here. No. This is not like, margin is something else. This is completely something else. So swap, the way that it works, let's bring up an asset for as an example. Which one are we going to see today? Okay, let's go. We got agriculture, perhaps. We're gonna diverse with the asset. Every webinar is something else. Let's go with maybe corn. Okay, so for instance, I'm trading corn. Let's see what the swap is. Okay, first I would like to introduce you to this platform. This platform is called the Web Trader. What I'm looking at right now is you can get access to this place if you log in with your email and password to AvaTrade. So log in to avatrade.com like I did, and then you get to the platform, Web Trader. Okay, if you do not see this platform, if you see anything else, you should contact your account manager. Okay, contact your senior account manager, and he will apply it on your account. Otherwise, you're supposed to see it as soon as you're logging in with your email and password. Okay, so as I was saying, swap, what it says here, there is a overnight fee interest. This is the yearly rate, okay, 0.2, that's for sell, 7.7 if I'm buying. So that means, as an example, let's suppose that we are taking, okay, corn, and I'm trading, as an example, 1 unit of corn. Yeah, just 1 bushel of corn we are buying. Let's suppose that we are selling, right? And the percentage is 0.2. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring up a calculator just a second. Okay, and what we are going to do is we're gonna take the value. What is the value? Just a second. The value is $681. So $681 multiply 0.22%. So that's $1. Okay. So that means, as an example, that for every day that I'm holding it, I'm gonna pay $1, right? So yearly, that comes down to approximately 500, or I don't know exactly, but okay. So this is how, if the position would have been bigger like this, so my swap would be 10 times as much. Yeah, and if I'm with a buy, so instead of calculating 0.2, I'd had to calculate 7.7. Again, the percentage is yearly. I'm just giving it as an example on a day, but the percentage is calculated yearly, okay, of, like I said, the value that we see. The value has changed because I've increased the amount of units. Otherwise, it's been 681. Okay, that's the swap. And the second commission is called the spread. Spread naturally is the difference between the bid and the ask. And the way that it works is very, very simple. Let's suppose that the price for corn now is 681.5, and we have the buy price, which is 682.25. It's written here. There is no need to go far to understand the spread. The spread is right here. Now, if I'm looking at the number 681, and I'm gonna take a difference of, now we're buying. I'll explain in a minute about take profit and what it does, but now let's just try and focus on the spread. So the way, like I said, it works is very, very simple. As you can see, $75 is the spread that I'm 75 cents. This is not dollars, guys, God forbid. As you can see, this is 75 cents. It's less than $1. It couldn't be $1 because the value here is 681. Okay, so the spread is a very small percentage and not okay, but this is for a single. This is for the amount that we took. So you can see here, if I'm looking at the exact figure, it's not going to show me a round number, even though the numbers are exact. Okay, so we're going to take $10 higher. As you can see, it doesn't give an exact figure. It doesn't give an exact figure, and the reason is the spread. Okay, you have to remember that the spread is going to compound along with the amount of units. So the bigger the position, the bigger the spread will stay the same, but the actual figure will increase. Okay, the spread the 75 cents will stay the same. But if I'm taking a position with just a single unit, so my spread is 75 for one lot. So that means that I'm going to start with a minus of 75 cents if I'm taking this position. Okay, if I'm going to take 100, and it's changing. And it's changing. I don't know if you noticed, it just jumped from 75 to $1. Okay, so if I take one lot, my minus, as you can see here, is the same, but the figure is bigger. So 692.5, 681.5. As you can see, it doesn't show a flat number. As you can see, we are missing $75. Okay, why is it dollars now and not cents? Because we are with 100 units. If it would have been like this, so as you can see, it's less than $1. Is that understood? Is that understood? Do we have any question regarding the spread? Any questions regarding the spread before we move on? Okay, let's read the question. Spread is the commission cost to open the position. Okay, what you pay to the broker? Yes, exactly. That's perfectly correct. That is correct. But I want you to understand that the $75 that is written here is acknowledging one lot. Okay, one lot. Okay, otherwise, if I'm taking just a single position, single unit, it can't be $75 because the whole price is $681. So the retail difference can't be that big. Okay, let's move on. All right, there is a question by Marius. Are all assets spreads the same? The answer is no, Marius. The spread is different. The spread is different from every asset. If you can see here, 75. So if I'm going to take cocoa as an example, it will be, as you can see, very, very smaller figure. If I also take, just a second, let's say crude oil as an example, even smaller. Let's take something much more expensive. And there you go, bigger than the corn. All right, so there are certain things, obviously the bigger the asset, so it would make sense that the spread will increase with it. And if it's cheap like crude oil, so the spread is going to be according to the contract, right? Right, all right, so let's move on. Do we have any more questions regarding this part? Excellent, so let's carry on. All right, there is a question here by Nate. Nate, can you speak about strategies? I think that you asked this question on my other webinar yesterday, but I'm not sure. And yes, I will speak about strategies, and absolutely I'm gonna take your question down. Just a second. All right. So let's first move on from this question. Do we have any more questions? Let me just paste your questions over here. The answer is yes. Okay, we'll get to it. There is another question here by Jeannie. The faster the item is moving or down, the more expensive the spread. Yes, the spread is dynamic and it's changing according to the fluctuations that we're having in the market. And we're gonna paste the answers here. Okay, so this would be the answer. Okay, great. Maybe I can put it on the same side. Apparently I can. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to get how can I use pending orders? How can I use pending orders? That's a good question. We're gonna also paste it. Okay, how can I use? First of all, what exactly are pending orders? We have orders that are regular executions that if presently I want to buy, so I buy. If I want to sell, so I sell. Excellent. What if I don't want to do things now? Let's suppose that I'm looking at Palladium apparently, and right now, by the way, what I'm doing is I'm changing the time frames from 1 hour to 1 day, right? Sorry, from 1 week. I think it started exactly. So 1 week, I changed it to 1 day. Okay, right now it seems like, look, I'm putting the lines to assist myself remembering the levels. So I'm going to click here on the tiny arrow, click here on the line, and land it on the chart. I'm going to do the same thing by clicking on the line and place it on the chart. And maybe we need one more. Not at this point. Okay. All right. There is a question here by Vulin Deyabu. How can I predict trading market moves? I guess that what you're asking is how can I predict where the market is going to move? And I will kindly add your question with Nate's question, and we're gonna address it in a couple of minutes. Okay. Presently, how can I use pending orders? Okay. I guess that the question refers to how can I use pending orders wisely. Because to use pending orders, all I have to do is to click here on the box and click here on the box and I click buy and I'm using pending orders. But to use it in practice, I have to bring logic. In other words, what is take profit? Take profit is a price, okay, that when the asset is getting to my price, okay, we'll close the position with a profit. Okay, excellent. Stop loss, what does that mean? Stop loss means that, okay, automatically. Maybe do I have place to add it? Only God knows. All right, so it does it automatically. Now, if, and in here as well. Okay. And stop loss when the asset again to price will close the position with a loss automatically. Okay, excellent. Now, actually, I think it's a bit too long. We're just gonna separate them. Okay. Now, the way that it works is very, very simple. Right now, we are buying Palladium. There is no guarantee that Palladium is going to keep going up. Obviously, it can go down in a and the levels that I've marked is the edge points that I'm seeing on the charts. Now, there are two kinds of levels, two kinds of edge points, support and resistance. Okay, how did I get this lovely text? From clicking here, right? We said that we can pick it from the list and then all right, so the resistance will be found up, the support will be found down. So if this would be a room, we're now looking at this lovely, okay, we see the ceiling and we see the floor. Now, this is one of the levels. This is also, by the way, one of the resistance. This is also, by the way, resistance. I have higher levels even here. So why don't I mark them? Because they're less relevant for me at present. Okay, now how do I use take profit and stop loss? So take profit, the logic is, where would I like to close the position with a profit? So this is easy to calculate. So let's suppose that I mark 1659. Let's suppose that I'm aiming somewhere here, right? Maybe even higher. 79. Yeah. So I'm aiming for 79. I like green, gonna paint it in green. And this is where I'm going to close my position. I'm just gonna change it to 1679. Perfect. All right, I have it. Take profit, great. Stop loss. How do I, but if I do that, will it delete the line? Yes. Okay, just gonna place it again. All right. Now, how do I determine, first of all, why do I need a stop loss? Why, guys, can you think of a one good reason why would I use stop loss? All right, so Miss Jeannie, prevent more loss. Okay, that's true. What else? Why do I need to use a stop loss and not to stop the position on my own? Just if I think that it can go any further, I'm just going to close it. So why would I set a stop loss that will trigger something automatically? Automatically. I'm bolding it on purpose. Jacqueline, because you're not always there. Okay, what do you mean by that? What do you mean that I'm not always there? Next to the computer. Thank you very much. So in other words, you're saying, okay, that if I place it on the computer, right, I place the stop loss, I can go do something else, and then of course, it will close by itself. Amazing. How do I determine where to place it? So take profit, it's easy. Like I said, I have a price that I'm aiming for, 1679. Excellent. How do I estimate where is a good, if I put the stop loss here, will it be okay? Just $5 down, will that be fine? And now price is 1656, and I'm saying stop loss, take profit. We said 1679. Excellent. Stop loss 1652. Is that okay for a buy? I'm planning a buy. What do you think, guys? Is that okay? What do you think? Okay, so Michael, you're saying that it's getting there now. What do you mean by that? That it's getting there now? So you think that I shouldn't buy, or should I stop, move the stop loss? What do you mean by it's getting there now? That it's going to trigger. Okay, in other words, that it's too close. Thank you very much. What do you mean by it's too close? So if I put it here, let's say here, is that okay? Is that better? 1626. That's the new price. Is that okay? If I put it here on 1626, let's see what happens. So this is still fine, right? But if I take more units, okay, it increases. So if I take as an example one lot, I'm gonna wipe out a big chunk of my account, 30%. So to balance where I'm going to place my stop loss is to make comparison to my balance. Always to make sure that the balance is that the stop loss makes sense to the balance. For instance, if I'm buying one lot of palladium and I'm aiming for like I said, to here as an example, 1626, which is roughly here. So I'm about to lose $3,100. That's a 30% out of my account. So risk money management wise, maybe I should put it down. Risk money management wise, 30% potential loss. Is that okay with you guys? What do you think? Is that something that I should do? High. Okay, this is too high. You might exit. Yes, exactly. So we understand that the stop loss needs to be proportionate. It can, if it will be here, maybe it's too close. If it will be here, maybe it's too far. So I need to pick a point on the chart that I'm using the stop loss so it would make sense to me, right? If I'm putting it here, this is how did we call this area? Who remembers? I just said it a minute ago. How do we call this area here? This level here? We said that the bottom is support. This is support. This is also support, and this as well, right? So all of those are levels, okay, that for instance, if I'm putting it here, I need to remember that it's already been on that price, okay, but it didn't go any farther. So it would make sense to me to pick this price, because if it passes this price any farther down, perhaps I don't want my position to keep running, right? I want to close it if it gets to this price, because I don't want to jeopardize more money out of my account. Okay, is that clear? Do we have any questions regarding pending orders? Any questions, guys, before we move on? Okay, so Freddie, you're asking what is execute when price hits. Thank you, Freddie. This is first of all, thank you for reminding me. I'm also going to place it here. Who can explain, Freddie and the rest of the audience, what is execute when price hits? What does that mean? We have another pending order. If I click it, I can choose price. Okay, and we have a nice calendar here to choose also the cancel on date, expiry. Okay. What is execute when price hits, guys? Is that a useful pending order? So let's suppose that right now the price is 1654, and I feel that the price right now is a bit too risky, and I'm waiting for confirmation. Okay, and right now 1654, I'm not really sure that it's really heading up. Okay, I have 4 candles here, but still it's not enough. So I can mark a price on the chart, okay, that I believe that it's better for me, okay, as an example. And then it's going to trigger afterwards by itself. Instead of me buying right now, maybe I can wait it to go a little down. Maybe I don't want to buy it now. I want to buy it here because it makes more sense. Maybe if it will get to here, it's safer. And if it's safer, I want to buy it in a safer price, cheaper price, 1602. And then if it's going up, I can make more profits. So this is exactly what it does. Execute when price hits lets you choose the price that if it gets to this price, it's going to trigger the position automatically. Thank you, Freddie. Do we have any more questions regarding this part? Thank you very much. So I'm going to proceed. Let's take our lovely answers. Obviously, I'm not sure we're going to have so much space for everything, but soon we're going to find out. Maybe I can make it smaller. Worked. And guys, please forgive me. I'm writing so many things down so many times. Sometimes I make mistakes. You see, I put it down with a mistake. So if I'm making a mistake, please tell me. How can I get more information about the market? Lovely. We're going to paste this question right here. How can I get more? So, okay. Now, we're going to, remember, this is the interface we've launched the webinar with. I think it was more like this. Okay, so this is how it looked in the beginning. If I click, I have here 3 lines, okay, 3 lines. If I click on the 3 lines, I have here Trading Central. When I click on Trading Central, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 segments that each of them is providing me with information. Now, let's see the question. The question was, how can I get more information and education about the market? This is a complicated question because it's information and education, 2 different things. Information about the market could be found here on the economic calendar, which lets you categorize the times and the relevant things for you. So if, for instance, I click here on all countries, it's going to show me everything. But if I'm not interested in Brazil, and I'm not interested in France, and maybe Greece as well is less relevant. I actually like all of the countries that I marked. But still, if I don't analyze them, if it's less relevant and I want to see only the relevant ones, I'm just gonna, or I can click here, right, to delete everything. If I click here on the box, it removes all of the boxes. As you can see, I click here, everything is deleted, and then I can choose in particular only US. Okay, as an example. Or otherwise, I can keep, and like I said, I can deselect whatever it's less relevant. I have here the dates, the events, how much of an impact it's going to be, whether if it's high, whether if it's medium or low. Very, very useful tool. As you can see, the impact, volatility, price chart, okay? And I have some different things here, Forex ideas and analysis views, okay. Now, this is regarding the information. Education, we also have a new tab, okay? Let me see that it works in a way that it makes sense. Then I can, of course, show it to you guys. Okay. All right. So we also have an academy, right, with tutorials. As you can see here, if I click on tutorials, it's going to show me some lovely videos, and it's very, very nice and educational. Okay. We also have a new section that is called perhaps I can add it later on to my links. I'm just going to send it to you on the links. So we have first this Trading Central for information. For education, we have the webinars. We have, like I said, the academy, or maybe I should call it tutorials. And we have the education section. Okay. So the way that it looks on our website is you need to go to avatrade.com, and then you put it on the, okay, after the com. Okay, it should work. All right, so this is regarding this question. We're going to paste the answers here. Okay. And also we're going to maybe we can make it smaller. Perfect. All right. How can I get an account manager? All right. An account manager. First of all, why would I even need an account manager? I mean, why? Let's suppose that I'm responsible enough to manage my own account. Why would I need an account manager? Can anyone think of one good reason why would I need somebody that will manage my account? No knowledge. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. No knowledge. If you have questions, okay, that's also true. What else? Me as a trader, I don't always keep up with my performance, my reports, what I'm good with, my performance are less preferred with. I'm not 100% on the grip on everything that is happening in my account. Okay, I'm a professional trader, so I am. But as a beginner, not always we have attention for everything. Sometimes we need somebody to be on top of those things and to let us know if something is going sideways. So an account manager is doing exactly that. He can provide you with information and education, and he can assist you with gathering a plan and a strategy. Okay, for Nate, right? Nate, you asked me about strategies and also yesterday. And excuse me for not giving you an answer, but I guess you've noticed that we didn't have time. But today we're gonna give it on a nutshell. An account manager. So how can I get an account manager? The steps are very simple. First, log in to AvaTrade. All right, then go to the live chat and ask for assignment, right? Those are the 3 steps that can get you an account manager. Okay, that can get you an account manager. Of course, this is only after you have made a deposit. To be clear on that side, to get a senior account manager, you have to make a deposit and make the account active. Otherwise, you can't get the senior account manager. Okay. What is better to trade, many assets or just a single asset? Okay, so this question is also very okay. Let me ask you guys, what do you think? What is better to trade, many assets or single assets? But I believe whoever wrote this question down, many assets. Many assets could be 5, maybe 5 or 50. So maybe I can change it. What is better? Maybe just single asset. I'm just gonna change it to trade, single asset or diver. Okay. All right. Whoever doesn't know what diversification means that I'm trading more than a single asset. I don't want to say many assets because many assets could be 50, could be 100, or it could be 5 or 3. So what is better, to trade a single asset or 50? There is no recommendation to trade 50 assets. God forbid. Who will analyze 50 assets, right? So diversification or a single asset. All right. Let's also put this down. Okay, what is better to trade? All right. So what do you guys think? Single asset, what the advantages are? Single asset. Okay. That I can know the analysis, right? It's easier for me to analyze because it's less time consuming. So I'm going to put less time consuming, right? Single asset means that I'm already familiar, perhaps, again. What else? Already know the fluctuations, perhaps. Right? But the disadvantage is if this single asset doesn't work out in the way that I'm planning, perhaps I'm depending on just the single asset. So, and diversification, okay, at the end of the day, let you have more streams. So you need more funds, more time, but it's giving you more streams that you can make money with. All right? Or God forbid to lose. So both is fine. Single asset diversification is also great. But keep in mind that to diverse, no need to exaggerate, right? Like the initial form of this question, many assets. I don't recommend you guys to trade many assets. There is no. All right. I hope that it makes sense. Do we have any questions about this question? Okay, there is a comment here. Depend upon your account size, diversification can be good. Yes, exactly. If I have $20,000 or $50,000 and I am diversing my account in a way that makes sense, great. If I have a small amount and I want to focus on a single asset, this is also great. Even with a big amount, a single asset is great, but it all depends on the plan. All comes down to what is preferred. For instance, if I have a lot of time to trade and I'm sitting a lot of hours every day and I have time to analyze many assets, all right. If I am short on time and I'm very straightforward and I just want a single asset that I can rely on, all right, maybe I can have another asset in case my asset is too volatile or, all right, but like I said, it needs to be proportional. It needs to be realistic. All right. So what is better? I'm just going to put here, depend on the strategy. I'm sorry, but there is no single answer for this. Depend on your strategy. Okay. All right. And now to the questions that you guys have asked. Let's check. All right. Can you explain about margin leverage? Look, unfortunately, let's see how much time we have left. I don't know if I can take any more questions at this point. I'm very sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, but we're gonna have what we have here, and maybe next week. All right. Maybe a question that could be more brief. That would be great. Otherwise, it's gonna take us a lot of time. All right. So let's begin with the questions that we have here. But I can put your question down if you want. Let me paste your question here. But still, I'm not sure exactly that. All right. Okay. Can you teach about strategies? I'm going to give on a nutshell. I don't know exactly what. I can just say that we have 3 main types of strategies, right? But before that, I really want to give you the links. So it's preferable for me to just paste you the links and then I can carry on with ease with the questions. And also, let's begin with the have a go. Okay. Guys, this will not be at the question section. This will be on the chat section. Let's find it. Where is the chat section here? If somebody can confirm that you guys receiving my links, that will be great. I want to make sure that everything is sent. So this one is for the platform. This one is to make a deposit and start moving. Get yourself a nice account manager. This one is for fucking help center. This is for the academy, by the way, with tutorials and everything. Okay, this is the academy for Ava users. This is for free. All the content is for free. This is for a real account. If now you're using a demo, you want to keep on moving to a real account, start doing the things on your own, real funds. So this is how it works. And this is for the academy, like I said. Okay. And okay, and the last thing, promotion, special promotion, right? One-on-one premium market review. Okay, at the end of the webinar, I'm gonna give you guys a code. This code you need to save. After you've made a deposit and you got yourself a senior account manager, he can give you a one-on-one premium market review. Excellent. Okay, and oh, but we have the questions. Just a second before analysis, we have the questions. And the questions, okay, can you teach about strategies? All right. Thank you, Nate, for the lovely question. All right, let's pick ourselves a nice asset. This time we're gonna take Palladium. Let's stay with Palladium. Let's stay with Palladium just for the sake of the discussion. All right, so strategies. We have three main, let me put it down, three main strategies, right? So one is swing. One is another one is intraday, weekly. Third is scalping. Now, they are all excellent strategies. The difference, swing is long term. Intraday is mid term. Scalping is short term. Okay. Can somebody tell me what is the good sides? We're going to put some positive and negative for every strategy. I'm telling you up front, three of them are great. Okay, I'm using three of them. Maybe scalping, maybe less, but they're all great. I can tell you from my experience, all of them can be used in a wonderful way. Can you tell me at least one good thing, one positive thing for swing? And one positive thing, and also one positive thing. Guys, one positive thing. It's not difficult. About swing or intraday or scalping. Come on. That it's not time consuming. Which one you're referring to, Marius? Okay. Scalping less risk. Okay. Okay. So this I accept what you said. Less time consuming, okay, because you can put a position and just let it float, right? So intraday, that means that we are getting daily results, almost, right? Frequent results. Okay, so this we're gonna stay with it. This is instant result, right? The reason is This is quick in and out. So for me, if I'm scalping with Palladium, I'm going to change to 1 minute. And then I'm going to start analyzing those 1 minute candle. So if now it's heading up, and I believe that this is the, how did we call the edge point from the top? You remember? This is the resistance. So right now, if I see a red candle, I'm quickly going to take a sell. And if it gets to here, I'm quickly going to take a buy. Okay, so this is scalping. Quick in and out. Taking a sell now while it's red. And then I'm taking a buy. I'm hoping it will go any higher. So it will look very much, let me see if I can show it to you, even though it's a bit complicated to do that, but we're gonna try. Maybe not with this one. Usually scalping is something that clients like to do with currencies, but could happen with anything else. As you can see here, you see this lovely trend here. So as you can see, there are many sells, right? Not only buys. So buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, right? Does it make sense? This one is also, it's buy, 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 sell, buy. So those nice levels can be very, very useful for swing trader. But those are minutes, right? Every candle here is what? It's just a minute. So if I'm looking at the months, will that be relevant for somebody who is scalping? Not really, right? As you can see here, each of those candles is a month, right? But the difference is that scalping, if I've been trading from here till here, so this is just 15 minutes. Now it's 15 minutes that I've been trading, and my results is in 15 minutes. The results of my trading day is 15 minutes. That's amazing, but it's a little more intense than a swing, because in swing I can decide I'm going for, let's suppose that I think that Netflix is going to recover fully, and I believe that for some reason it's going to go all the way to 350, right? Let's suppose that I'm all the way to 550, right? Where it's been on the time of the, if you remember. So what time does that consume from me? Nothing. I can just place here a buy, and if it gets to this price, I'm in heaven. All right, excellent. So with scalping, the result is very, very fast. With swing, I can let it go and I don't have to waste a single minute of my time. With intraday, the biggest advantage is that it's frequent and I can do it almost daily. So I can decide, as an example, that I'm trading, if this is weeks, right? And I think that Netflix is going higher. So I can, for instance, I can take a buy here. And if it keeps going up, I'm going to take another one here, and another one here, and another one here, and another one here, right? Unless it turns around. If it turns around, so I can take a sell. But intraday, let me control my trading with the right flow. Okay, other than swing, that it's more long term and I have to wait a considerable time until it gets to it, or scalping, that the result is very fast, right? All right. So this is maybe easier to balance. No, I don't want to put it, but intraday is, as far as I'm concerned, I believe the most common way to trade, but I might be wrong because the statistics keep on changing. All right. Is this are there any questions regarding what we've learned just now? Nate, are you happy with my answer, or still still you have any questions about strategies? how can I tell when to close my trade? It's how can you tell when to close the trade? That's also depends on what I've explained here. Look, if you're scalping and you feel that your tradings, that the positions are not, you're not holding them for long enough, so perhaps you should trade for longer time frame. If you feel that you're holding it for too long, right? So you need to perhaps hold it for less. So there is no certain way to know exactly when to close the positions, right? There is no timer that you flip an hourglass and then when it's over you have to close. You have to, this one of ongoing decisions unless you're using pending orders like we've seen in the beginning, right? In the beginning we had, why is it still on this? Okay, so in the beginning, we've looked at pending orders, right? Stop loss and take profit. The market is closed with Netflix, but there is no certain time to close the positions. This is just when you decide, when it's relevant. Okay, all right. How can I predict? I don't remember exactly who asked this question. I'm so sorry. We have 2 minutes. There is no way in the world that I can explain to you how to predict. I'm just going to tell you that there is no actual way to predict where the market is moving. Okay, but you can do your best analyzing the candlesticks, and you can, for instance, decide that it's going up. Netflix is going up because look how many green, nice, lovely green candles we have, and you can, for instance, use, like I said, levels of support and resistance. Of course, there is much more to it, but we're not going to do it in a minute and a half that we have left. And you can decide, for instance, 361. You can decide, for instance, that you believe that the market is going up, and you justify that with such a lovely trend. How much up? Maybe up till here, 316, 395, because this is the resistance. But in practice, there is no actual way to guarantee that the market will get to here. It just makes sense. Okay, you can use also indicators, and I suggest you'll ask your senior account manager because this is a little more complicated than to explain it to you now. What's the last question? Explain them. This one is really, this one will take a lot of time. All right, so let me just give you guys the, let me give you the promotion code, okay, the Q&A benefit, and you can give it to your senior account manager whenever you are, after you've made the deposit, and you get yourself a nice premium, like I said, one-on-one premium market review. This is a very useful promotion, guys, to sit with someone and to ask the questions ongoing, to analyze candlesticks together, to see support and resistance together, to learn from somebody who is trading already. The best way to learn. So guys, we have to close today. It's been a pleasure. I would like to thank everybody who joined today and to wish you best of luck with your trading, to make a lot of profits, and we'll see you next week. So best of luck everyone, and have a good day.